Yo, what's up, everybody? How you doing? This is your coach Renz, and today, as we continue to talk about the 360 degrees of the person as your alchemy coach, we are going to talk about verse 9 of the Tao. Now, if you're finding me for the first time, I want to thank you for joining me on this channel. We talk about everything in your spirituality, your health, your money, and your relationships, a full 360 of what you need in life in order to be successful. That's what we talk about here. So I appreciate you guys being here. And for anyone who supports the channel by shopping at Uncle Ren's Popcorn, I thank you for ordering all this delicious gourmet popcorn. Just go to the letter U, the letter R, the word popcorn.com, urpopcorn.com, and you can order your bag of delicious treats. And I thank everybody who continue to order over and over and over again. Thank you, Lillian. You are like on it, young lady. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. For everybody who supports the channel through Patreon, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because you're just saying, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. You know, here's $5, you know, every month in order, you know, to keep supporting the channel. Thank you very, very much. And, you know, on the Patreon, if you have a suggestion, please let it be known, because I will do videos that you guys suggest, because you're doing it through Patreon. And for everybody who likes, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, Facebook, thank you very, very much, and continue to share the videos. So, without further ado, let's move forward after all that gratitude to verse 9 of the Tao. Reading glasses time. So, verse 9 of the Tao, without extremes. The cup is easier to hold when not filled to overflowing. The blade is more effective if not tempered beyond its metal. Gold and jade are easier to protect if possessed in moderation. He who seeks title invites his own downfall. The sage works quietly, seeking neither praise nor fame, completing what he does with natural ease, and then retiring. This is the way, the nature of the Tao. That's some good stuff. Let's hit this part by part. These are things that are written by Lao Tzu, the legendary Buddhist monk who lived amongst society as a Buddhist, but then he realized he had elevated, he had hit that samadhi, he had reached enlightenment. And in reaching enlightenment, he learned the way of the Tao. That's the legend. That's what we're going by. So, the cup is easier to hold when not filled to overflowing. So yesterday, or the day before, one of them days, you know, I was making some coffee, had my little curd thing going on. And see, I like to put the cream in first and then let the coffee pour on top of the cream, because it just mixes better that way in my mind. I know I can probably pour the cream after and stir it up, but in my mind, it was going to mixes better. So, and I just started using this curd thing. I'm used to pouring it from the pot, right? But I'm trying to reduce my coffee intake so I don't brew an entire pot of coffee, right? So, I put the cream in first, press the buttons for the curd thing to start brewing, and when it did, it brewed it right to the very tippity top, right at the edge. Now, I knew that if I tried to pick that cup up and walk away, I was going to have spillage of hot coffee on my hands. It was going to get on the floor or the counter, wherever I was trying to go. It was going to spill over, because it was at the very rim. So I had to tuck my head in between the little courage pouring, where it pours the coffee down, and the cup, and kind of sip it down a little bit. And it was hot, burnt my tongue a little bit, but it was too hot. Why? Because it was too much. I have overflowed. I have placed the cup in a position where it was overflowing. Oftentimes we place our lives in a position of overflow, that there's too much going on in our life. We have too many responsibilities. We have too many things going on that's causing us to spill over. And that spillover creates anger, it creates frustration. It breaks down our relationships. Like, we have too many financial responsibilities, so our relationships break down. We have too many relationship responsibilities, so we're not as aware in our finances. We have too many financial responsibilities, we're not taking care of our health. We have too many there's responsibilities, period, and too many things we put on ourselves that we find ourselves at the very edge, ready to spill, that every movement we make creates an issue, creates a problem if we try to move to the left or right. So the key is to empty our cup a bit. Simplify your life a bit. Take some of that stuff away. Take out some of the activities that you have. Take out some of the organizations you belong to. Reduce the amount of time you spend doing everything else. Find the things that actually matter. If you have 20 goals, 10 goals, focus on the 1, 2, 3 goals that will have the greatest impact in your life. Don't necessarily try to accomplish all 10. Look at the 2 or 3 that will have the most impact of your life and strive after that. Strive after that. In the same thought process, the blade is more effective if it's not tempered beyond its metal. This is meaning that when we, if you know anything about knives or swords, or you watch a movie and you see when that great blow where the sword breaks, the science behind this is that the more you sharpen the blade, and although a sharp blade is what you want if you're doing it for cutting, but the more you sharpen the blade and continue to sharpen the blade, the weaker the blade actually becomes, because you're taking away from the strength of it. So the more we are to sharpen ourselves, sharpen our skills, but the more we are, the broader we are, the more fulfilled we are. If you remember my capacity map, the more you have a balanced work life and a balanced personal life, your business life and your personal life is balanced, then your capacity is infinite growth. Your capacity is that you can continuously grow. But when you have a part of your life that is shallow and thin, that is on shaky ground, a part that's overflowing again, then that just continues to cause you to be in a situation where you're easily broken. When you were carrying around issues that we've had in the past, you're easily broken. So we want to broaden ourselves, thicken ourselves, get our balance in our lives. Gold and jade are easier to protect if possessed in moderation. I'm going to do these at the same time. He who seeks title invites his own downfall. The sage who works quietly. Well, no. So when you'll always have goals. You'll always have things that you want to do in your life and add to your life. This is a thing. Change is inevitable. Change is what happened. And we continue to work through our changes. We continue to grow. We continue to develop. But when you overly seek to hold on to fame and fortune, understanding that money is an illusion. Fame is an illusion. It's an illusion because there's nothing tangible that you can possess. See, like this popcorn, I can hold it, I can possess it. It's real. But this is why, for those who are close to me, they'll always hear me say, like a week ago actually, I was in Walmart and I ran into a guy, and the guy was like, "Hey, don't you make videos? Don't you make videos with Kevin? And don't you make these YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, how you doing, Coach Renz?" And he was like, "Man, it's glad to meet you." You start telling me about how I've affected his life, that sort of thing. I've been in places where I hear people calling my name, and then people want to take pictures and that sort of thing. My kids, they laugh because I've always said, you're a party to my fake fame. Fake fame. I call it fake fame on purpose. I can have 1 million people who know who I am. I can have 1 billion people know who I am. And I would still call it fake fame, because the reality of it all is that it is not real. It's not. It's not. I make these videos and some people know me because of this, but that is only because they have put an importance on it. It's not, I can't force the importance. I can't force the reality of it. Other people have to. And since it's under the control of other people, then the fame is not real. The belief in money is only real because we agree that there is some tangibility, some value to this dollar, this paper. Diamonds are plentiful, but the De Beers company and a few others have made it so that it seems scarce, so there seems to be a value to it. It's not real. But when we strive for that to become our whole, become who we are, become part of our basis of our character, we're setting ourselves up for a downfall, because we're looking for a title. We're looking for other people's approval. So that becomes our downfall. Now, the sage works quietly, seeking neither praise nor fame. Just do what you need to do. Do what makes you happy. Follow your heart, your mind, your gut. Do what makes you happy. Do what brings joy to your life. All right? Completing what he does with natural ease and then retiring. This is the way of the Tao. This is the way. This is the nature of the Tao. When you get in flow. You get into the flow of life because you're not trying to impress everybody. You're not trying to please everybody. You get into a flow that says that, yeah, my nature is to be loving. My nature is to be forgiving. My nature is to take care of people. My nature is to build whatever. My nature is to communicate this or communicate that. Doing these videos is part of my nature of who I am. Now, as long as I'm in flow, then I do this effortlessly. Right? Like, I don't have a script. Sometimes I have my board up with notes, depending upon the subject. Like, I'm going to do a video about 1804 as a request from someone. I'm going to do a video about Columbus, Christopher Columbus. And I'll probably have notes for those. But even with notes, everything still is easy for me because they go in flow. Because I'm not seeking it. Like, when I get ready to do a video, I don't say, oh, man, this is going to be the one that's going to go viral. You know, that's not my thought. Even though sometimes I do a video and I'm like, man, that was good, man. Wow, a lot of people should hear that one. That one should go. But most of the time, that happens after. That's an after effect, depending on how the flow of the video goes. This is not scripted. And I'm sure you guys can tell on a lot of my videos it's not scripted at all, because sometimes I go off on tangents. But fact of the matter is, and they're very rarely edited. I don't edit hardly anything out of my videos. But I just do it in natural flow. Making this popcorn is a natural flow for me. It's kind of like when people start working with me, they don't know the recipes, they don't know the procedures. It's a lot of tedious, detailed, time-sensitive effort and work that goes into these videos, and most of them don't know it. But once you have done it over and over, it becomes easy flow. Life should be that way. Sure, you have to learn things, but as you learn things, you should learn. And as you learn the things that are of your gut and of your heart and of your mind, all connected together, and then you will be in a natural flow. You'll be in the way of the Tao. So just get into flow. Just don't worry about the appeasement of other people. Don't worry about, is this what society says I should be doing or shouldn't be doing. Do what you love. Do what comes natural to you. Get into the flow of it. If there's something you want to learn it. Don't look for everyone's praise about it. Don't look for those things. Don't look to be famous for it. Just look to be you and be happy for it. And if you find that with you, you find that within your relationship with another person, you find that within your health, you find that in every aspect of your life, you'll have balance. Because your cup will never overflow, because your leisure and your work will find balance, because you can't have all work, no leisure, and all leisure, no work. You're going to have some balance, and when you have that, your capacity, it just continues to extend, and you just growing and growing and growing, and you become more aware of the way. And then at some point in life, you get into the enlightenment. You get into the enlightenment of mind, body, and spirit. And when you do that, you get in mind, body, spirit, your heart, your gut. Everything is in all your chakras are open. Your kundalini has awakened. Everything is it's just moving in natural flow. This doesn't mean you won't have challenges. Of course you'll have challenges. But the way you respond to them, you won't be reacting to them. The way you respond to them, you won't be reacting to them. And you'll deal with them. You will have sadness, but then you will find the natural flow of even that event. So I know you guys enjoy this one. I know that going through the Tao, we've been going very, very slow. And the Tao is such a great book of wisdom. It says so much good wisdom in this philosophy. So I look forward to our continued journey in studying the Tao. And again, thank everyone who supports the channel, who supports me through buying from Uncle Ren's Popcorn, and everyone who supports the channel by subscribing, all my patrons. I appreciate you guys, and y'all have a great day. And remember, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable.